right, Jake. Welcome to the Customary, where we challenge perspectives, spark debate, spark conversation, talk about dad things, husband things, society, culture, everything in between. Remember, not everything's black and white. So just get down to it, figure it out, understand one another, respect one another. Here we are, Jake. We finally did
Absolutely.
it,
We've
man.
had a couple go-ons at this,
We're here.
and we finally kind of worked out some kinks, but we've been wanting to do this for a while, getting together, talking, shooting the shit, I guess you can say. But yeah, the customary felt like that was a good namesake for us. Just everything going on in the world regarding cultures, norms, society, morals, beliefs, and then we're two dads and
Yeah.
have two crazy life stories, different backgrounds. But here we are. Love to call you one of my top friends.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Feelings mutual, man. Let's get to it. What we getting to first? Want to tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about
jump into it.
ourselves?
Tell our friends.
There we go, man. I'm from Northeast Ohio. My name's Andre, Dre, 3K, whatever you want to call it, whatever you choose. Made my way to Missouri. Was it
Mhm.
Southwest Missouri to be exact? So been here for about 11 years, and man, uh, my girl dad now. My son's gonna be 18 soon, but being a girl dad gives me a whole new perspective. So it's been real, man. Got a loving wife, loving family, man, just regular everyday blue collar kind of working man and trying to figure out the ins and outs of life. There's no book to this. There's no strategic plan. You just figure it out as we go, man. And, we bounce ideas off each other and how to manage weight, how to eat healthier, how to save money, how to just do things. And here we are, man. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. Love the game of basketball. That's my first love. Didn't make it to the league, obviously. But yeah, man, I'm a Patriots fan first, LeBron fan second.
We're trying to get people to follow us, Dre. We don't need that, man.
Unapologetically. Hey, if Skip Bayless and what's his name? Stephen Yale Smith don't follow
Mm.
us, that's all right. That's all right. But and I'm a Guardians fan. There you
Some say the
go.
Indians,
So
but I respect that.
yeah, yeah. Chief Wahoo,
Uh,
respect. But what
yeah,
about
man.
you, man?
Yeah,
What about you,
for those of
sir?
you who probably figured out, we're both based in Southwest Mo, flyover country, some would say. Unlike Dre, I was born in the state, closer to St. Louis, so love sports myself. Cardinals, Blues. Was a Rams fan growing up, but that went out the window when Kroenke decided to uproot the football team, the '99 Super Bowl champs, and moved into LA. But
Yeah, the
we got the Battlehawks now, which they dominated last, I think Friday against the Houston Roughnecks. Football's in St. Louis. St. Louis is still a good sport city, so don't knock on them. But yeah, grew up outskirts of St. Louis, more the countryside, honestly. Made my way down here through college. I actually played college soccer in a small school in Illinois, but I quickly realized it wasn't for me. Wasn't as good as I thought. Having people from overseas dominate you in a sport that you loved playing in high school, you're like, yeah, it's not for me, man. Anyway,
yeah, it's
so
just
he's
different.
so much better players, and I'm like, I was good, just decent, but I'm not this good. And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather go somewhere where I know a lot more people. And there was a small school. It was NAIA at the time, but now it's actually Division two, so it's grown. Maybe I was part of the foundation there, so maybe they're Division two because of the people that were there in the past. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't
Hey,
even me. My playing time was probably very, very, very little. But yeah, ended up coming down here for college, actually at Missouri State. And that's where I met a lot of people, met a lot of good friends, such as Dre. And fun fact, Dre and I met each other through Dre's wife. His wife and I were colleagues at an old employer, and just kind of met through that. And ever since then, it's been great. But yeah, I'm a dad myself. I have a 3 year going on 4 year old son. So a little bit life different. Dre's son, you said, is 18. So I'm at that phase where he just wants to do everything and say no all the time. I work behind a computer, but I mean that's two different lifestyles there too for us. And I think people can understand the office life compared to the blue collar life. But I work from home, so it's fantastic. Don't have to worry about the commutes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That unfortunately, people have to deal with in day to day life. But
Yeah,
here we
man.
are. Here we are, man. Let's keep going into this. And first thing I want to talk about, since we both love sports, one is everyone knows it's March 30th, time recording. We don't know when we're posting this. Hopefully, we keep these coming. So stay with us. Keep these flowing really good. But March Madness, I think it's the first time in like second time in history, actually, that all number one seeds have made it to the Final Four. I don't like Duke,
Yeah,
so I'm
man.
hoping Florida
It
wins it.
never happens.
But
It
yeah, I
never
don't. And
happens,
again,
but
I follow
it's
basketball
happening
very
now.
little.
We're gonna
Dre,
see
that's
what
your
happens,
sport.
man.
I probably could take you in a game of one on one, but maybe we'll find out a little bit later if that's true or not. But I think I want Florida to win. Could really care less about Auburn as well. I don't like Duke.
Yeah, I don't like Duke. I hate Duke actually. Duke is actually the nickname they gave my dad as a young man, you know. I don't root for Duke at all. They got some great players every now and then. You can't talent is talent, but the school, the organization, nah, I'm cool. I want to see Houston win. That's who I want to see win. Houston.
I didn't even know Houston was good at basketball. I think Duke has that Cooper Flag kid that I guess was
Yeah.
moved up a year. He should be like 18 in like a high school, like
Yeah, he
senior.
should be in high school. Yeah, he recast.
Is he also the one that like dated his babysitter like, as soon as like he turned like 16 or was
I
that
don't
something?
know. I don't know, but I know he's just a kid from Maine, and he was tearing shit up out there. And man, he's nice. He's nice. He's the real deal. But when you get to that next level, we're gonna see.
Do you think he's got a shot at the next level? I don't really know. I just know he's got a
He got to get there, and we'll find out. But it's the next level is always different. Always different.
yeah. I mean, look at Bronny.
And LeBron, he figuring it out though.
Uh,
You got to give him his credit. He figuring it out.
yeah. Stephen A. like
He
went back
figuring it
on it.
out.
Did you see Stephen A. backpedaled after he trash talked Bronny and then
Yeah,
he's like, ah, nah,
that's what he does.
nah, dude.
After he also lied about people not being at funerals to not try to make a point. I'm like, dog, just give up.
If
Just
there's
give
one
up.
person on ESPN that I could care less is Stephen A. And he's like trying to get into politics. I'm like, bro, no one wants to hear
Yeah.
you talk about sports, let alone politics. Why would anyone even think that I wouldn't? Nah, that dude. He's
Yeah, see, that's the mental thinking. Just say it. That's the mental thinking we had of Trump. And look at him. He's on the second term already. No matter
yeah,
how you
but
feel about him, like, he figured the way out, and we can sit and pontificate about, oh, you shouldn't do this or do that, but he figured out how to get in twice. So
President Stephen
Stephen
A.
A,
Hey, as long as
yeah,
if
man.
Stephen A. ever become president, though, he'd dismantle the Cowboys organization. So I think America would
Oh
get.
yeah, yeah, that'd be all right. I'd vote for him. If he just said that, I'd get my vote. So,
Oh yeah, but yeah. So we'll see what happens. My bracket got busted day one. I put Mizzou. I was just like SEC school.
oh
Let's
yeah.
go. Knew they got busted first round. Lost to Drake. Like what kind of school is named Drake? Um.
Right. That's the only Drake winning nowadays, though. So hey,
Nah, man. Hey Drake. Oh.
you know,
Oh. Yeah. Absolutely. We'll see about that. We'll see. After what I think comes up this weekend. A couple of days from now. See who wins that.
yeah.
If
This
the
will
Florida
definitely
boys
drop by
win.
Friday.
Yeah. And then speaking of other sports, one thing I mentioned to you was the baseball's back, sport that kind of got talked a lot in the past, had ups and downs. Baseball, a
Man,
couple of things are nuts. The payroll system for baseball, I've heard, is getting kind of crazy. They are the only sport that does not have a salary cap, which is good and bad. Pay players as they want, but it's really just the New York and LA market. Everyone, I think, what was it? New York spends like $500 million on payroll, and the Mariners or something spends like 500,000, something super crazy
mhm.
different. And the Yankees even used these stupid bats this past couple week. If you all have heard of them,
Hey,
they
yeah,
built
they
it down
moved
where
it.
it's closer to like the I
Hmm.
guess middle of the bat or whatever. They cracked like 10 home runs in like 2 games. So of
Yeah.
course it's the
They had
Yankees.
what? They had 9 Saturday, 4 today.
Nah, Yankees just being Yankees, man. So I'm from St. Louis. So I'm a Cardinals fan. Cardinals actually have been doing surprised me a couple games in, haven't been bad. Just gonna get my
Yeah,
hopes up.
they've been playing. They've been they started off against Cleveland, right?
Yeah, dude, they were
I
two
don't
and
know who
zero.
won
I didn't watch the most recent. I think we actually won the most recent game today or yesterday.
today.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was like, oh wow, 2-0, top of the NL Central. So I haven't had this happen in a long time.
Whenever I tell you this much, whenever St. Louis is good in baseball, that's good for the league. Even though
Ah,
with the
San
whole
Francisco,
spending
Kansas
thing,
City.
there's certain teams that if they're good, it doesn't matter where they are, it's good for the league. You know, you
Nah,
get
San
St.
Francisco's been a whole
Louis,
city.
like there's a couple other teams out there just like that are good for the league. Like when they're good, the White Sox, like it brings a different kind of, likability to the game and different things like that.
Yeah,
'Cause there's the Cardinals fans are
I mean, we are and we aren't. I know a couple. That's like I've only went to a handful of games. I still given money to the organization, but not like I did in the past. But it's nothing like my growing up watching them win in '09 and then 11. It was nuts. So we were a powerhouse watching Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, the home runs.
Mhm.
They took steroids out of baseball and it just went downhill. People
Yeah,
want to see people
they saved the
crush.
game.
People want to crush 100,000 home runs. Like that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
I want to see
yeah,
bombers.
they saved the game in the late '90s with the home runs. They definitely saved the
Honestly.
game for the youth, for people our age. I'll be 38 in May, so that was very impressionable on me when I was what like 10, 11, 12. The late '90s.
No,
Mark McGuire,
absolutely.
Sammy Sosa, my boy Barry Bonds.
Oh, it was the
Man,
best. That's what I remember. Yeah. I think when that happened, I was 7, 6 in that time frame. And I was playing baseball and we would go to all the games. And I remember watching the World Series like in our family basement. I think in 11, it was like right after like high school. I remember very vividly we were like playing poker, 19-year-old kids, 20-year-old kids, home for something, and we were playing poker, watching the game, and it was just nuts. Like just watching the David Freeze and all these people from the Cardinals. I can't
yeah,
remember if
going
David Freeze
crazy
was
in the
David
playoffs.
Freeze was for 11. Well, I think he was the 11 the magical run that the Cardinals had against the
Yeah, that was
Rangers that we should
crazy.
have lost. And
I believe
Freeze just
so. They
yeah,
kept going back
dominant.
and forth.
Yeah, it was good. That was a good
Yeah, that
series,
was
but we haven't had
crazy.
that magic. We haven't had that magic in quite some time. So it's good to see. We'll get there. Hopefully, the baseball players union or whatever figures this out, and the salary cap issue. I know they've talked about. I think I've talked to you on the side about some stuff. His salary caps are always wild to me about people. That this
Yeah,
is this is the thing for football. Currently, I do follow the Chiefs. Now I'm in Missouri. Chiefs went back to back, got their butts kicked in Philly or against Philly. But the one reason why they're there, say what you want about refs, say what you want about close games. You lost this. They don't have to pay everyone like astonishing amounts of money to be on the team to play. Patrick Mahomes also redid his contract, and like that's what you got to do to win. Tom Brady did that for you all in New England in that time frame, but these guys getting the like Dak in Dallas, bro. Sorry, dude. Don't like
it was
if I
his
was Jerry.
time. Yeah, I don't agree, but it's just shout out to his agent. I'm not if end of the day, I'm not if they're gonna give me that money. If it's my time, it's my time. But you got to think with Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, they are that man. That's number 12. That's number 15. So Tom Brady was in a different situation. His wife at the time making 90 million a year. That kind of helped the household. I can take a pay cut. So all this new TV money wasn't coming in years ago either. This new TV money, players are gonna count the pockets of these billionaires that are making money. So, you can give a hometown discount to a billionaire every now and then, but sometimes the billionaire is gonna take a leap of faith and be wrong and then be stuck with that bill, Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? In
Yeah,
Cleveland, like
yeah, I think one. Yeah,
they
and
they they took a
Ohio.
chance.
Only thing good that came out of Ohio was LeBron James. They
Hey,
pack up Cincinnati Bengals, pack up the Cleveland Browns, just get them out of here. But no, I mean that's just I've always been I bro, I would love to make that much money, but you're a professional athlete. Like you're not saving people's lives. You might be making some charitable
yeah,
donations, things of that nature, but
but
you're overly disgusting, overly paid. I love watching you guys, which
there's
say what you want. I watch it, but I still think you're disgustingly overpaid. And then don't even get me started about the NBA, brother.
hey,
Yeah,
there's
I,
a certain percentage
I,
of humans that can play these sports, so I
yeah,
get
I
it.
mean, it doesn't matter. Here's a supermax contract. What if my company was like, here's a supermax contract? Oh man, I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna wait. I can't play, man. What is that? Joel Embiid, bro.
Well, yeah, that's on the Sixers, but see, that's on the Sixers. He ain't been right since he came in, so that's on them being
Bro,
loyal
man,
to him and thinking he's gonna walk.
dude,
They
just
should have
man,
traded him years ago.
I love it. Just getting paid money and not playing. Like that's literally like you're getting paid to do absolutely nothing and getting paid way
Right.
more than anybody else. NBA is something that's it's hard for me to watch because of their way of paying players super max deals. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just watch for the. I don't see the dollar signs because if I get caught up in that, I'll be like, "Oh, he's overrated." I see. I don't like to call the players overrated because they're just a certain percentage of the humans on Earth that can play this game at the top level, but they're just their abilities. NBA players have always done it for me, just the abilities like. So when it comes to the money, to get back to what you were saying, I'm just like, hey, it's their time. Michael Jordan, Keem Olajuwon, the greats from the past, like they made pennies compared to the bench players now, you know. But that's just what we're in now. All the streaming services, all the different rights, all Amazon getting these games, Netflix getting these games, like
Yes. Yeah,
so big money.
if YouTube TV raises my rates one more time and tries to cancel a stinking program on me, I'm just gonna be like, dude, what the heck? YouTube
Oh
TV
well, you better be
out there
ready.
is it's probably the best streaming service for anyone that doesn't want to have a contract. And here's why I like it, Dre. There's three reasons. One, you can share it with people locally in the same area, right? So I share it with my in-laws. We pay $40, like divide that 85, 86, call it $90. Divide that in
Okay.
half, you get all the channels. So you're paying basically $45 to have all that stuff. But once you keep raising rates, I mean, people aren't going to do it. I mean, out here freaking putting 20% tariff increases on shit. My grocery bill went
Oh,
to
yeah. Oh
$100.
yeah.
I can't, I'm not gonna, nah, I'm gonna go back to one of those cable boxes that what is it, black box that
Uh,
you wire into your
hey,
neighbor's house or something.
yeah, man. It's like we just gotta try to figure out how to live different. Like it's rough, man. It's real right now, Jake,
Yeah.
man.
Then
It's
there's one.
2025.
Ugh. I'm about to just do my own streaming service. I'm about to do something.
And we on it now. That's what we doing now. The
Ah,
people, the community, they gonna be behind us.
I don't know. We'll see.
The
I hope.
customary movement.
I mean, I'm just here to, man, it's just people out there. I know people struggle. I mean, here's the one thing too. I followed this influencer on Instagram and he had this tagline was normalize the norm, which was waking up, going to work, doing the mundane tasks, right? Not too long ago, he like quit his job, got over 1 million followers, 1,000,005 probably, quit his job, does his own thing on the side, could be editing videos, he says, but I'm like, dude, you can't normalize the norm. You build a brand of going to work, creating videos, and then you're like, ah, man, you're not normalizing nothing. You're basically, everyone followed you, you monetize that. And I'm just like, these and say what you want. We're trying to do a podcast, build our brand, but at the same time,
Right.
like I'm not gonna say normalize the norm and then be like, shit, I'm about to can't. No, man, if we make money off this trade, we're making money off this. I'm gonna tell people that right now. Like,
No, absolutely. I mean, this is a thing of mine I've been wanting to do since 2010, 2011. Back then, it was vlogging, it was different things like that. It wasn't called streaming or podcast or whatever, but it's like, okay, like your man normalizing the norm, like that's his norm now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his
Yeah, but
norm
that
now.
it
Like
was about normalizing the norm of like 99% of the people, which was waking up
right,
on the jobs, stable 9 to 5, insurance, whatever.
right.
Being a content creator,
401ks.
yeah, a content creator is like completely different. Like I know that's probably a lot of work, but you're getting free stuff shit to you. You're getting like, hey, can you advertise? Like that is not normal for the people. For I would say 99.9% of people on any socials. That's not normal. Don't I mean you could do
Right.
normal.
It's not. It's not. But like, if he was normal, he doing blue collar, white collar job like ourselves, then he made it to that level. That's his norm now. He's just showing us how he did it, and we find our way if that's something that we want to do. But it's just a
Dre,
stepping stone. Do you still?
let me be spiteful for a bit. You don't have to just let me be spiteful for us a little bit, you know?
Go ahead, talk your shit. Let's go. I'm
Just
with
like
you.
a little bit. I mean I follow him still, so like whatever. I'm just I guess
Right.
I'm just being a hypocrite, but it's just like I see that I'm just like, man, this is ridiculous. But
And we all, that's, I'm glad you said that word because we are all hypocrites. I'm a hypocrite. My wife knows it. Hey, I'm a hypocrite. Today I'm this, tomorrow I'm that. But yeah, man, it's like you see people going from maybe not nothing to something or something to nothing, but it's like, all right, but you switched up. But then it's like, is it really a switch up? Because you didn't work this hard just to stay at this level in a way, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the dude that went viral for the morning ritual thing. You've probably seen him.
oh, no, so yeah, I see you. I messaged you the other day, and then people roasted his ass on his football
Yeah,
stats. I'm like,
yeah, and then now they're saying he got
let me
evicted from his house or
Yeah, let
whatever, or
me ask
from
you this
his.
question. Let me ask you this question. Do you truly think so? Like, and I think he's got 9.5 million followers, which is insane.
Mhm.
Granted, there's bots and stuff that you can pay. Like, you could
Right.
possibly pay for followers. Like, I get that. But these videos, I want to, I bet you 90%, 80% are probably fabricated. Like, how many of these cars you're climbing in are on lease or on a rental
Oh
fee?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like people, and that's the thing. Like my wife's guilty of it. I get guilty of it a little bit. Is like I'll watch something. I'm like, damn man, like why can't I have this? But I'm also like, well, this is probably one, not even theirs. It's probably like
Right.
something like completely on rents. And then two, it's like, man, I respect the guy. He even came out and I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he even said like, yeah, I kind of just built my brand and being consistent and do you. I mean, if you have 9.5 million followers, you have a
You're
following
gonna
of
be all right. Right.
and people make fun of you. I mean, that's what is going to happen. I went viral for that one post about Lamar Jackson on
Oh
I don't know if
yeah,
it's
yeah.
viral, but my phone was blowing up from people commenting. Man, there's a lot of people showing hate in Baltimore. You tell someone who's still got no rings, and these Baltimore fans just
Oh yeah,
hammer
yeah,
you, and they
yeah. But they act
automatically
like it.
and then we'll get into this, Drake, because this is customary, bro.
Yeah, this is
what
real.
2025 is, and we'll get into it throughout episodes. And not everything is black and white. You and I see things on same levels. You and I see things way different. We get looked at
Absolutely.
differently. But the one thing about my comment on the post from ESPN, and it was about people overlooking Lamar, and he slid down to like 32nd pick, right? 31, 32.
Uh-huh.
He's got 3 MVPs, 2 MVPs, right? He's a good player, but he's never going to be a clutch player. He's never going to be the Pat Mahomes. He's never going to be
Uh-huh.
the Tom Brady, the Joe Montana. Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl, but Dan Marino is a much better player. All I said in this post was, and good thing I was like the one or two first people doing it. I said still no rings, and people hated on me. But here's the thing: because of my profile picture, and people thought I was, and here they thought I was a racist, Dre, for that, and that's why. And I texted you,
That's
and
good.
I said,
Yeah, I know. I
no one
remember.
knows, and no one's like, I bet you like Josh Allen. I mean, I like Josh Allen, but I like Patrick Mahomes. Like I'm a Kansas City fan. Had nothing to
Yeah.
do with that, but people automatically pulled that
It
on
don't
me,
matter.
and
It
they
don't
were making
matter.
fun of me.
Yeah.
They made fun of me on everything, and I'm luckily my profile is private. But I was like, God dang these people.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I'm probably the
That's how
least.
they do.
But I'm like, there's I could care less if you're orange, black, blue, bro. Just don't think you're a good player. MVPs, we got no
Absolutely.
rings. You ain't go. You got Josh
Right.
Allen, you got Patrick Mahomes. You ain't gonna win no rings. Nah, sorry.
Yeah, it's no, that's good. I understand it. I like Lamar Jackson. I like him mostly on NFL Madden. That's where I like him the most. In real life, I like him in the regular season or on fantasy football, but postseason, we know what it is. And it's not because I'm not a Baltimore fan. It's not because you white and he's black. It's just because proof is in the pudding. We
No,
know
it
what
is.
to expect.
It
Like
is.
so,
Well,
and it's not a hate Lamar train. He's a good player,
and
but
the
to be
thing is,
great,
like,
you gotta.
and all I said was no rings. Still no rings. People hate on him. Oh, he went all the way to
All you
32nd.
said was facts.
I
All
was
you
like,
said was
dude, he's got
facts.
no rings. I don't care if he's got 18 MVPs. I don't care who won.
Yeah,
You tell me who was how many MVPs past 12 seasons, but I can tell you who's got the most Super Bowls, what teams are actually dominant, which teams are
yeah,
actually winning it. Um, but I just wanted to say that. I was just like people automatically thought I was racist. So I was like, wow. And you
yeah,
know,
man.
that's part
That's
of
how
what
it
we
goes. That's America. You
well, that
know.
is America, and this is what we want to bring up to people, and this is what we want to tell people. Like, hey, man, like we're just two normal dudes that people look at me. Oh, you live in Missouri. You must hate everything. And I'm like, I mean, Missouri kind of does
Yeah, you
sometimes.
must got pigs and cows and all this stuff in your backyard. No, it's not like that.
No, I
That's
mean, I
why moving here, man, I got a whole new perspective of just America. Because back home it was, white people are the minority. Lorain, Ohio. I just put it on blast. Lorain, Ohio. I mean, yeah, we had white people, but it was more black, Puerto Rican. Didn't see a lot of Asian folks, but I mean, I don't know, man. People just gone people, and that's what we live in. Clickbait society, and hey,
clickbait
we're gonna use
city.
it to.
No, dude,
We're
hate
definitely gonna
speech.
use that to our advantage.
It's hate.
You know.
Hate's the biggest fuel for fire in the current climate that we're in right now.
Absolutely. And the lies travels farther and faster than the truth. So you just gotta live with that. You gotta live with it and deal with it and adapt. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I've done. I get into it anytime I post something about LeBron. Anytime I post something about LeBron, somebody's gonna message me or say
Why
something
should you
good, bad, or
message on
indifferent.
LeBron all the time, dude? Let it go. Every day on your snap,
Hey,
there's that
hey,
Bron, the
in the
coup.
last
This dude's
it's been the
8 years
last
old,
20
broken. Boom, we get
it's
it,
been the
dude.
last 26 years of my life I've been rooting for this man. Much
Yeah.
respect to him, you know. Hey, it is what it is.
I would some say LeBron was the pioneer of the super teams in the NBA. I say he
Uh,
pioneered the super teams of like, hey, let's get all together and just dominate the league and not have anyone do it
well,
because I just want to win.
I would say LeBron is the second one that worked because the first one was that 08, 09, the Celtics, when Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett went to the Celtics. And then they got the great, hungry rookie Rajon Rondo that year. So they had a big four. But
Mm.
because it's LeBron, you know how it goes.
You know who had a big three and
Uh,
fucked it up? Oklahoma City Thunder. They had a big three and they fucked it up. They had traded away Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. The OKC Thunder should have had a reign for a couple years, and they just feel like,
yeah,
nah,
but that's
we're actually just gonna ruin this and just mess it up for the
LeBron.
entire.
LeBron shut their water off, and then they traded James, and
Uh,
the rest is history. They were James Harden.
I lived in
They
Oklahoma
had
for
a
a little
good
bit.
run though.
I lived in Oklahoma for a little bit. People love their basketball there, which I get. It's besides tornadoes and chasing them, Thunder's really they got the Thunder and Thunder's doing good this year. I hope for the Thunder to have a good run. Kind of sick of the Celtics. I'm sick of the Lakers. Sick of the Heat, brother. I want these Midwest teams, OKC, Indiana. Hell, give me the Detroit Pistons for once. You know what I mean? But like, I
Yeah, Detroit's
don't.
doing good this year too.
Sports,
For a
regardless, it's like
change.
LA, New York, Miami. It's like, man, who cares? Who's dead? It's dead meat.
See,
Um,
with the basketball, it's always been players for me. So I don't give a damn where you play. Like my second favorite player all the time, Tim Duncan, San Antonio Spurs.
mhm.
Whenever the Spurs were on TV, and I was living here or in Ohio, I'm watching.
So what if
You
LeBron
know,
went to
so
Boston?
I had to swallow everything I ever said about Boston Celtics fans and get on board. You know, had to.
That is your
I
hypocrisy.
had to. I
That's your
had to
hypocrisy coming
bleed
out there,
green.
Dre. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know,
Anyway, the
but
moral of my story is that Lamar Jackson sucks. I don't think he's ever going to get a Super Bowl ring. So, um,
yeah,
no, not while you got the AFC looking as good as you can. So, what else, Dre? What else? What else
man.
is going on?
I wanted to get on Alamo Draft House ass real quick because man, I
Okay.
got this movie pass and they. It's funny. I just got a free entree or whatever it is, free something free, but you know, you pay. We got three family members in home, so it's three of us. We pay about $65 a month for our season pass for Alamo Draft House, and like, dog, we don't. We spend money every time we go. There should be some kind of point system that you can check. Okay, how many dollars am I away from this or that? And
Yeah, yeah.
there is none.
Every
There
good,
is
every
none.
yeah.
AMC got it.
Yeah.
AMC, you want to? Hey,
AMC
we
even
need a
got the
sponsor.
free. AMC's even got the free. I don't know if they're free, but
The
I just do it
slushy.
anyway. I'll get the free slushy refills. Yeah, I'll take
Yeah,
it. AMC,
it's
and I
like
think you and I talk
damn.
about this. I'll take an AMC movie theater right now, then Alamo Draft House, and then we got a local one around here called B&B Theaters. If any of y'all listeners
Hmm.
are have a B&B, but I'll take an AMC theater right now over Alamo, Dre. So I respect your grievance here and I will support it. I also don't like Alamo for another reason. And when you and I see movies, which Dre and I do see movies a lot together and a lot of bro dates, is
Uh-huh.
I will not you charging me an extra service fee for my food to support fair wages. Yo, I get that.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not gonna add an additional tip if you're already adding in a tip. And it I
18.
would
Yeah,
it's 18% or 15, and I would have given my
18.
server and I would have given my server the 20%, the extra 2%, whatever how many change that makes up. But because you put my 15% on that tip, I'm like, okay, well you told me what I'm
Yeah, that's
paying.
all you getting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
all I
like,
got.
yeah. And then speaking of like fair wages, the state of Missouri, Dre, which we live, which we pay taxes, which we voted on. We voted
Yeah,
on
man.
a pay increase, but hell, our state government was like, nah, man, we're gonna make a bill to reverse that, and we ain't gonna raise our wages. So even though we voted,
Yeah.
they don't care.
Oh,
So
I know. And then you get the older folks saying, "Well, this is the way of the world. This is the way of the land. This is how we're going to be better.
yeah,
This is
after
how we're going
seven
to make
twenty
it
five an
better
hour in
and make it
2025,
great." Yeah,
yeah,
like in 2020. Right?
man, I could
It's
tell you,
crazy, man.
I couldn't even. I couldn't even go to the Dollar Tree, which also I think was going to raise their price from $1.25 to $1.75. I don't
Mhm.
even think I can go to the Dollar Tree on a 725, 1 hour worth of pay. Let's take a dollar and some change from taxes. I don't even think you could get stuff. I don't even think you get anything worthy. I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's, it's getting real, man. But hey, I'm blessed. I think we're both blessed to be in situations with our jobs to where we're able to provide. Then we both have two income households. That's big, man, because a lot of people don't have two income households. They
100%.
don't even
Some people
understand
can't.
what that means.
Some
Yeah,
people can't, Dre. We're
yeah,
both, like you said, we're blessed. We dual incomes. Our kids are in schools or daycares, so it helps. But some can't.
yeah,
And,
man.
the way the world is right now, and yeah, older folks, boomers, if you want to call them boomers, don't see it like that. They think it's a
Yeah.
very uncomplex issue, but what I do miss was being a dink. Dual income, no kids. That was like I love
Oh
my
yeah,
love him more than anything, but being able to have all this income and no responsibility was like the best time of our life. I
yeah,
feel. But new chapter,
yeah,
best time of my life is just starting, I guess, because I mean the
yeah,
past
man.
almost 4 years has been nuts in a good way. Super. I'm growing every day just as a person as well. Like you said, there's no hand in the beginning. There's no handbooks to being a dad. I read like four or
We
five
create our
books.
own.
Yeah, I read like four or
Yeah,
five books, and I was like, okay, I mean, I kind of understand what's going on. And obviously, I had a dad, and I have a older brother who has a couple kids, and I was like, okay, well, okay, that's how hard could this be? And significantly getting better over time.
yeah, man.
And when I mean that, just like the figuring out the schedules and the routine and me being selfish of my time and my wife's time and separating. I think that's kind of the hardest part is like getting your time in with not only
Yeah,
yourself,
man.
with your spouse, but like your family, and then like we're in a digital age too. Because like I'll get sucked in on my phone. Like I said, I'll look on Instagram, I'll look on Facebook, and
Yeah.
like for an hour, and I'm like, ah, shit, I should probably do something productive after work, and instead of just looking at all this stuff. But no, man, it's
Yeah, I'll just randomly, I'll be like, hey, no iPads, no phones. I'll say that. Wife and daughter just like, oh, I get a little pushback from my daughter, but
I heard she
wife,
wants.
she be like, all right. So,
uh, no, your
just
daughter
get
can be
to it.
your daughter can be sassy sometimes, and I love that about her. I mean, that's strictly. I think that's the your wife right there, just
Oh,
going.
absolutely. But I got a question. It's a segue. I had a random question that's going around the internet. You're on a boat, middle of the ocean, guaranteed to save yourself and another person. It's you, your wife, and your kid.
Okay.
You saving yourself for sure. You can only save one other person.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah, who you going with?
My son, my wife's insurance policy kicks in. My son and I live
Yeah.
like queens, brother.
Let's
Like,
go. Let's go.
well, I mean, she was the same thing about me. She'd be like, "Well, we got these life insurance policies for a reason."
That's
I'm
true. That's
sorry.
true.
I'd be like, if I'm
That's
drowning,
true.
I'd be like, I'm just gonna just take the money. That's an easy question. Easy
That's
question.
true. See, mine, I'm the opposite.
Oh,
I'm like,
dang.
peace. I'm like, peace. Because first off, I can keep my wife and I can make another kid, which
Oh,
sounds crazy. Hey, I love you, baby. I love both of y'all, my son and daughter, but I can make another kid. I was just playing devil's advocate in my mind about it. And I'm like,
yeah, but you could
life
always
insurance
get,
policies, and
but
I
you could
can, but
you get another wife, Dre. I mean, you could.
oh, I know I can. But yeah, man, that was just one that had the internet on fire, man. And it's like, I had to think about it. I guess it would depend in that moment, though. You say it now, but in that
Yeah,
moment, it's like,
everything's moment of like, man, I don't know. Actually, I don't know how to react. I'd probably like freeze up. If I'm guaranteed to save myself, then yeah, I still think my answer still stands, and I think my wife would support me on that because she'd probably say the exact same thing. Um,
mhm.
it would probably be like I'd be like, I'm just gonna just jump in here. This little Titanic? There's
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
both of them could have fit on the door. I mean, everyone debates it. They could have both fit on that door, and they could have survived
right.
there. But I don't know, Jay. This has been fun, man. This has been our first EP. I called it. A little bit more, obviously, and we're obviously gonna
Absolutely.
refine this process. I know we got to get better cameras. We got to get better situations set up, but we'll get there. Um,
Yeah.
and
I
then we'll
just
grow.
appreciate whoever's watching, whoever's liking, whoever's commenting, the first time listeners, the last time listeners, people that come back. I'm just appreciative.
Absolutely. And hopefully we'll talk about some pretty good topics. I know the very beginning was sports based, but I mean, hey man, we're two 30-year-old dudes that love
Yeah.
sports. I mean, that's probably an everyday
Yeah.
conversation for most men out there, but we get serious, we get very, personal, which I hope too. And the one thing that I personally want to leave everyone with is don't be afraid to ask for help from one of your good friends if you need assistance with something. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to show emotion. There's a lot of things out there that tell us as men to just roll your sleeves up, live to work another day. But I mean, man, times are changing. I mean, my dad was
Yeah,
a
man.
don't show types of emotion type of guy, and I'm trying to teach my son, like, I understand you're upset. I understand you're angry. Hey, you're happy, you're sad. Like, regulating
Yeah, show
emotion,
that shit.
100%. But I just want
Yeah,
every
man.
male out there, or even female, to just, oh, don't be afraid to ask for help. Just ask. It could be something of like, hey, I just had a bad day, I need to talk, or like, hey, can you help me move something? Like, don't try to do everything on your own. Just always just ask for some help when you need it. And then,
Absolutely. I always ask for help. Speak to the ones you love and speak to, everybody thinks it has to be this a certain person. Speak to the person that's really going to listen to you, the person that's going to shut the fuck up and listen to what you got to say before trying to insert their feelings, what they've been through, anything. You got to go to that person that really gives a damn about what you're saying, and that's just gonna hear you out. You
Uh,
know, listen and don't judge, as the kids would say. So that's important as a man, bro. Like I said, I'll be 38 in May, so being a boy in the 90s was it was boobs and women are just things, or you know what I'm saying, or you can't have feelings. You cry, turn the other cheek, get over it. Like it's okay to be a man, be a boy, and have feelings and show yourself, be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be vulnerable. Like that's something that I've really started when I got with my wife. Like she helped me through that. Like at first I thought she was trolling me or you know what I'm saying, but she really helped me become a man in my opinion. And appreciate it for that.
yeah, she's a real one for sure. But yeah, we appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back really soon.
Yes.
But yeah, don't be afraid to be vulnerable.
But be great at the same time because when you are vulnerable, you can be great as well. Be true to yourself, true to your surroundings. Remember, not everything's black and white.
Absolutely.
This is the customary. Peace.